Welcome back, guys. Local Bulls fan here. Sorry if I sound a little weird right now. I've been under the weather, but it's all good. I'm back. I'm gonna bring you guys a little recap of the past two games, a little preview of that games, and what I think about overall by player, what's going on, as well as just the team fit together. So we just jump straight into it. So first we had Cleveland and Boston, two very different games, very different. Cleveland, the Bulls overall were just very sluggish. They just weren't doing enough. You saw Cleveland wasn't even playing that good of a defense. Mind you, there were some glaring holes with certain players on the Bulls side, but at the same time, it's a team sport, and everyone needs to step up. I saw overall, just depending on the three-point shooting that we don't have on the team. I definitely did not like that. But then we move on to the Boston game. We're getting blown out early on. Boston was off to a quick start shooting these threes. But you saw, once they came back down to earth, they were beatable. The Bulls were playing with more effort coming from the bench, and it was just phenomenal. You saw Ayo and Derrick Jones Jr. looking for Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, ready to stop them. Just phenomenal to me. Ayo had an early on foul, but after talking to the refs, he already knew what to do. He just turned it up instantly, and we're just hunting him down. Tatum's been having like an MVP type season, but he put up his numbers and did his thing against the Bulls, but it wasn't anything too crazy compared to the other games. We didn't get a 30 piece or nothing like that. Overall, I just like the switch. You saw the team defense, right? Zach and DeMar, and our big three, our liabilities, quote unquote, on defense, especially Vooch, has came up and been defending phenomenal. You see, DeMar and Zach, they might not be the best defenders. They might not be locking down Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown, but they're not scared to guard those guys, and they're giving guys like Malcolm Brogdon and Derek White a run for their money, which is amazing to me. Like, they're actually trying. You see through Billy's defensive schemes, especially DeMar, he's been finding ways to just go through the lanes and steal the into the passing lanes and get the ball, which is great. I overall just love what I'm seeing with the sharing of the ball. You see Goran and Alex Caruso off the bench. Together, they're a great backcourt combo. I definitely liked Zach in that bench unit too, inserting him in there. Overall, I felt like that team off the bench was really doing something. And just, we don't have the rebounding problems we had last season. See Vooch, I think he is second in rebounds throughout the entire NBA, which is great. It is freaking great. And Drummond, he's doing his thing. When Drummond doesn't dribble the ball, the Bulls look better. I do not want to see that man bounce the ball off the floor whatsoever, unless it's on the 3-point or on the 3-point line trying to get it to somebody else. But I don't. Overall, Drummond is looking good. Kind of better than Mo Bamba. I haven't heard much about him. I know a lot of people, including myself, wanted him over the offseason. So we see the better pickup here within 4 games. We don't know too much yet. I don't want to jump to conclusions, but just to give Drummond the credits where he's due. Now I'm going to go deep into these players. Overall, you see Vooch, the main one, stepping up. His inconsistent game from last year is not the same. Mind you, I think he's shooting under 40%. But Vooch is still killing it on the boards. He's in the post. I am glad I do not see him in the 3-point line. The Cleveland game is where he was at the 3-point line. It was something. It was not pretty at all. I think the worst play the Bulls can run might be an unpopular opinion, but Vucevic does the trailer 3, and he's coming down the court trailing. They kick it out to him. I see him miss more than make those. That's not. It shouldn't be a dependent shot. It shouldn't be a go-to. I feel overall Vooch did it the most against in the Celtics game, and he missed all of them. We can't just defer to that. The Celtics were making their run once the Bulls started going back to that quickly. They changed it, but I don't want to see a trailing three Vooch anymore. That's just not alright. Just get him in the post. I saw on the Twitter page NBA University about Derek White being a great interior defender. Mind you, if you have the mismatch with him and Vooch, still you get the ball to Vooch. It's a mismatch. I don't care about those stats. Yes, they do matter. It shows with Derek White, but this is Vooch we're talking about. I'd much rather do that mismatch than any other shot because it is there. Not any other, but you guys know what I'm saying. DeMar had like the easiest 25-5 game against the Celtics. In the Cleveland game, he kept kicking it out way too much. He was getting into his spots. He was going through the defense, breaking them down. He just kept kicking it out, and I don't want to see that. I like DeMar. If he has the shot, just take it. You're not playing ISO if you're running through the offense and just killing them. We needed the points anyway. I'd much rather get the win, especially in a close, competitive Eastern Conference like this. Ooh, moving on to Ayo. Ayo is just phenomenal. He was a little quiet in those Wizards and Cleveland games, but I feel like, for one, Cleveland, he had to focus on chasing Donovan Mitchell around the entire game. So you can't really expect the guy to, run back on offense and shoot. He's not an all-star. He's his second year. And then against the Wizards, they were looking for him. Zach wasn't playing, so they made sure they went out and kept him up there because you saw I was not going to be sneaking up on people anymore. But against the Celtics, he's a beast. He's always been a beast against the Celtics. You look in his rookie year, he said it in an interview one time too. Overall, Ayo he could be the most improved player candidate by all means. I'm tired of them giving that award to top 5 draft picks. I got an email. That was the noise. I do apologize. But back to Ayo. Ayo, he's finding his way in the game, which is great. I like him being assertive, playmaking, which leads me into Zach. If he could playmate for Zach and get Zach a lot of off-ball touches, whether it's cutting, spot-up shooting, that would be great. Zach would have the easiest 30 points he possibly could. But I think that backcourt finding their dynamic together is overall going to be great. I cannot wait. But overall, Zach is just like, Billy's finding his place in the offense. It's different without Lonzo. However, I love the fact that him and DeMar aren't going to be on the court together that much in the middle of the games because they both are tremendous on offense and bring different things. And just, they both can be able to get some work to do their thing. As well as DeMar and Zach, when they play together in the fourth, it's going to be dangerous. It's definitely going to be dangerous, especially when both are hot and you just switch back and forth from those guys. Believe me, it's going to be something. That we got the bench Bob back. Mind you, it's not the bench Bob of before because I don't want to see an all-bench lineup ever again on the floor. I just love that Billy goes deep into the lineup. You see Goran, Alex Caruso, Drummond, they're doing their thing. Those are the 3 key guys off the bench that come in with immediate impact. You still have Javante and Derrick Jones Jr. Last games, they were really showing out. Javante could be preseason Javante, and that would be amazing. But it was great seeing him, looking for Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum on defense. That's what this team needs to do in order to beat these better teams. With our deeper bench, being able to throw bodies at those guys, really give them a hard time. Because it just balances well with the offense. It gels very much well together. They're both undersized, but if Ayo can do it, they definitely can, and they are. this is what leads me into the other guys that aren't doing so well. Pat and Kobe White. Oh my gosh. Kobe was just the Celtics game. He just looked like he was scared running out there. I'm not gonna lie. He did this across the court pass to I think to Ayo when Vooch was clearly in his position for the post and got a turnover. After that, I didn't see much of Kobe, but that's a good thing because overall his playmaking hasn't been there. I'm not gonna go ahead and jump and say trade the guy, not just yet. But you know, these are glaring issues that he still hasn't got. Mind you, he's gotten better at different things, but he hasn't been the number one thing that the Bulls are asking of him. Just be consistent. Be consistent. The thing that makes Goran get minutes over Kobe is the overall playmaking. You see Alex Caruso being able to catch and shoot, cut, things like that, because Goran's able to play make, as well as the dynamic with Ayo and Goran are great. When both are off bar, on bar, they both cut, pass each other. Kobe's not good at that. He's not good at, you know, just filling in the offense and handling the ball well. I think DeMar is better than him at handling and playmaking. It's not a diss on DeMar. Because mind you, Vooch is better than Kobe as well when it comes to those things. Not handling, but playmaking. I just want to see him improve and just look like he's taking the game more serious. He was a liability on defense. The Celtics were looking for him to score on. He couldn't stay in front of anyone in the Cleveland game. Mind you, that was a team loss too. But I want to see more out of him. I'm not gonna write him off. I'm not gonna say, "Oh, Kobe's just trash." I want to see him get minutes. No, although that's my initial thoughts. I just personally, I don't think he's good. But I want him to be good. I want, you know, him to get minutes. I want him to get the opportunity to be played and shut me up and prove me wrong. The same way, I think I want Bulls Nation, you know, treat Pat the same way. Just like, although some people don't like him, be able to just want him to succeed. Pat, he looks like a filler for the starting role at this point. He hasn't been able to be there on defense. He's just a body floating around. I don't like the narrative that is creative of it's hard to play with two stars when it's your time to go and do your thing. When you feel comfortable enough to play against these bench guys, you still didn't hit the shots. Mind you, you're taking them, great, phenomenal. But you're not gonna earn dribbling the ball like that if you're not hitting those shots against the third stringers. It's garbage time. Like, if you want to show out in garbage time, by all means, that's fine. But it's not that hard if you just cut. You watch Javante Derek Jones Jr. You were right there at a front row seat to see the way they played with those guys. And you're telling me that it's still hard, or you just need to defend, make your presence felt on the defensive end the same way Ayo earned his minutes last season. Overall, I just need to see more from Patrick Williams. It looks like he doesn't want to be on the team. I need to see more from him. Tonight's game against the Pacers, I would just like to see Patrick Williams do something. He's being more aggressive, setting the screens and all, but he's not following up. He just looks lost. It's just the two guys on DeMar, and then he tries to go down with DeMar. But I think it would be better if he just pops and stays out, you know, in the three-point land, where he can catch and shoot. Mind you, it's a great jump shot. It doesn't look ugly. So just take it. That's fine. But I don't want to listen to the narrative of, oh, I can't play with these stars, yada yada, but then Ayo's doing it perfectly fine. It doesn't make sense. Other guys are doing it perfectly fine. It's going to be rare for you to be the man on your team. It's going to be rare. And are you being a team player by just keep thinking this way? This is not me to say Pat is a bad person, he's a bad guy, cancer. No, this is just me saying, like, really analyze what he's saying And for him to think about it. Oh, man. If Patrick Williams not willing to do it, there's other guys that can. 6 games in, I really want to see Tony Bradley gone. I would like to see Carmelo Anthony. You know that trailer 3 I was talking about in the beginning of the video? Carmelo is phenomenal at that. That would be great. Like I said, it's important we go deep in the bench and just have those weapons out there, right? If we need the offense, if we need defense, just keep throwing different things. That's how we're able to beat the Philadelphias, the Milwaukees. Couple games we have coming up: Indiana, San Antonio, Philadelphia. The 2 first games are teams looking for Victor, but that doesn't mean they're easy. We really have to go out there and make our presence felt and just really beat those guys and be able to have the Stars rest in the 4th quarter. Philly's going to be the true test. See where we're at. Yeah, they haven't looked the greatest, but Embiid is undefeated on the Bulls. I need to see if Drummond learns something when playing there to be able to go up against him. Overall, thank you guys. Hope you guys like my videos. Check out the other ones. Like, subscribe. Go Bulls. Have a good night.